Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Cambridge Acoustic Nights, our April edition, 2021. We're getting close to almost another a complete year's worth of these, but hopefully you've been out today enjoying the April sunshine, and perhaps managing to get out and do a bit more exercise and enjoying that feeling that summer is along the way. And maybe after a few jabs and a little bit more time, we'll all be able to see each other a little more often. We have a great show tonight. I know that because I've seen them rehearse. So stay with us. If you're commiserating because City lost today, if you're happy because Chelsea won, although to be fair, you're probably outside drinking at this minute, or you just want a nice mellow evening having been out in the sun, this is the place to be. We've got some great music tonight for 45 minutes. To get us going and to get us rolling, I'd like to introduce my partner in crime. Well established singer-songwriter. I was at a rehearsal outside with some musicians today, and his name came up. That's how well revered he is, and he wasn't even there. So, Mr. Meed, Mr. John Meed, let's get the show going for us.
Great. Well, indeed, it must be a year, Rhys, because this is number 12 and one a month. That sounds like we've been doing it for a year. But just in case I have any doubts about that, here's a song to go with it. Well, I could have been a revolutionary. I knew my friends from the enemy. I could have set the wheels in motion. I read the books, I shouted out the slogans, but doubt, you crept up on me, and doubt, you enveloped me, and doubt, you were always near, doubt. Then I could have been a rock star. I wrote the songs and I played them on my guitar. I sang of joy, I sang of sorrow, on my way down to the crossroads. But doubt, you knew where to find me, doubt, you were the one to sign me, doubt, between the cocaine and the wine, doubt, and you with all your confidence. How I envy you your certainty. Where were you when I called to you from my personal Gethsemane? Then I could have been a champagne socialist. I had the smile, I had the charm for it. I was young and I was able. I even bought myself the coffee table. But doubt, you shed a different light, and doubt, maybe you were right, and doubt, be my friend tonight. Doubt. Thank you. Well, we have a performer on the show tonight from France. Et je pense que la mère de Pascal nous écoute aussi. Alors ça, c'est une chanson À propos d'une rue à Paris. This is my a song about my favorite street in Paris, which is La Rue Mouffetard, and a place of ill repute and generally rather touristified these days, but still a fine place. I waited for you on the Rue Mouffetard. I walked down the hill past the cafes and markets to the Place Saint-Médard. Among friends shaking hands after work in a bar. I ordered a beer and I thought of the past and the Rue Mouffetard. Oh, Rue Mouffetard. Oh, Rue Mouffetard. When the river still flowed through the tannery yards, there was blood on the stones of the Rue Mouffetard. Another barricade fell, another dreamer was lost, another symbol crashed, burned and flashed, turned into dust. Oh, Rue Mouffetard. Oh, Rue Mouffetard. From here the big city lights, they seem so far away. The big city dreams and the grand boulevards and all of those big ideas, do they matter today? Do they still shine a light up the Rue Mouffetard? Do they change everything or nothing at all? For the tourists, the students, the beggar asleep on the wall, do they change who I am? Do they change who you are? As we walk away up the Rue Mouffetard. Oh, Rue Mouffetard. Oh, Rue Mouffetard. La Rue Mouffetard, merci.
Excellent, John. Thank you very much. We two songs I know very well, of course, because obviously I follow your work very closely. So, have you at any point recorded any of these, John?
I have indeed.
And
Yes, they are. They're available. We're re-recording when we're allowed to be in the same room together. We shall re-record Doubt.
Yeah, but can you remember which CDs they come from?
Yeah, well, I can remember Rue Mouffetard came from the dust of time, and it's available via my website, johnmead.net.
But John, if I keep setting you up, you've got to be a little bit quicker at picking up on it. Hi to Robert Tilbury, Claire White, and James Eisner. It just says eyes on here, which is just very confusing. Hi, James. So we're moving swiftly on. This is a guy who is quite a long way from me, almost 2.5 miles down the road. A runner, so I'm half expecting him to run in between songs just to say something to me, knock on the window or something. But it's my great pleasure to introduce a long-time friend, someone who helped me launch my album just over a year ago now. Yeah. Played the guitar parts for me live. Did an absolutely wonderful job, and you can catch those on YouTube, as you can do everything else about this wonderful man. A long and distanced and runner at the same time. He's got to run tomorrow. Welcome, Vic.
Thank you very much. Hang on, let me just get this out of gallery view. Great. Okay, a couple of songs. Probably a few months ago, maybe 3 months ago, I had this memory of walking along the street. And the problem was, as I was walking along the street, I was walking in the pavements and missing out all the lines, all the gaps. And I wondered why, a weird memory to have. And I looked it up, and it's all to do with a poem by A.A. Milne, the originator of Winnie the Pooh, called Lines and Squares. And the whole thing was that if you trod on the lines, the bears came out from round the corner and grabbed you. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to write a song about that. And I thought, what other things did I do as a kid and have absolutely no idea why? This song's called When We Were Young. Do you remember walking down the street, taking care to always watch your feet, looking round the corners for the bears? Back then you were too young to know it's just a poem from long ago. It really didn't matter if you kept to the squares. But you were scared of your own shadow, too afraid to take a step away from the trodden path. But time moves on and on. You don't need to be afraid anymore. The world looked big when you were small. Even a red post box was tall, and trees, well, they were up in the sky. When you saw a ladder you stopped and stared, looking up and down, but you never dared to take a step underneath, and you never asked why. 'Cause you were scared of your own shadow, too afraid to take a step away from the trodden path. But time moves on and on. You don't need to be afraid anymore. You may be older now and grown up in your ways, but those damn superstitions, well, hey, they're more than just cliches. If you find a penny and pick it up, why on earth should that bring good luck? And why should breaking mirrors be of concern? Does bad luck really come in threes? Can a black cat walk in front of me? As a child there was terror at every turn, 'cause you were scared of your own shadow, too afraid to take a step away from the trodden path. Time moves on and on. You don't need to be afraid anymore. Thanks, guys. My wife has a saying. It ain't right, but it'll do. Now, as a perfectionist who's thoroughly judgmental, the whole concept of it ain't right, but it'll do just washes over me. So I'm going to blame the next 4 minutes on her. More to the point, the third verse has had me summarily banned from going to Arizona. I kid you not. Arizona, me, persona non grata. You can decide whether it's fair. It ain't right, but it'll do. That's what they keep telling you. Well, they ain't got a clue. It ain't right, but it'll do. In the beginning, when man was endorsed, God said it's time to make a new type of horse. So man said that's fine, we'll create a funky mammal. But they couldn't agree and ended up with a camel. And God said, OMG, that thing is so ugly. But you know what? It ain't right, but it'll do. Hey, just stick it in a zoo. You really ain't got a clue. It ain't right, but it'll do. In 1172, with limited ability, they started laying stones in northern Italy. Just 6 years on, and rather unforeseen, the Tower of Pisa took on an awkward lean, and the engineers and the builders sat there and looked at it and said, you know what, guys, we got a problem. It ain't right, but it'll do. The crowds will all want a view. Oh, they ain't got a clue. It ain't right, but it'll do. A place so thrilling to see. London's busy all year. Delight in the sights and take home a souvenir. Someone bought London Bridge, hey, to lay across a new lake. He thought he got the one with towers. Now that's one expensive mistake. Hey, I just spent $2.5 million and this is all I get. It ain't right, but it'll do. Over Lake Havasu. You know, he really didn't have a clue. It ain't right, but it'll do. So next time she does it wrong, with a toothpaste in the tube, hey, squeeze in from the middle. Hey, it's not worth a weekend feud. Next time he forgets the toilet seat 'cause he's a male, just think of this song, 'cause it ain't no epic fail. And you can say those lovely words to him that will make him feel all better. It ain't right, but it'll do. The bull they keep feeding you, oh, they ain't got a clue. It ain't right, but it'll do. It ain't right, but it'll do. That's what they keep telling you. Oh, they ain't got a clue. It ain't right, but you know what? It'll do. It ain't right, but it'll do.
Absolutely great set. Absolutely great. Thanks very much, Vic. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed that. Before we move on to the next, I'd just like to say that anyone out there who's watching, listening, you can send chats somewhere and get in touch with us if you like. I know some of you have been. Thanks very much for that, and I hope you're enjoying the show so far. The next act up is going to get 2 introductions, one in English from me, and then I'm going to hand over to John, who's going to use his power of French to speak to the French fans that this guy's almost certainly got. Pascal is singing to us from France. He'll introduce himself. He's more than capable of that. And he's a multi-instrumentalist, a once-time member of a quite well-established band out in France, Amicis. And I believe he's going to sing some songs from that particular group that he wrote. I'm going to hand over now to John, to hand over to my best buddy, Pascal. John.
Merci beaucoup, Rhys. Alors oui, Rhys m'a demandé de présenter notre prochain chanteur en français parce qu'il a tellement de fans de partout qui veulent écouter sa musique. Alors Pascal c'est il a rencontré Rhys au Canada, je crois. Alors et Canada, voilà. Je regarde en ce moment, je vois l'image de Rhys qui ne comprend absolument rien de ce que je dis. Mais voilà. Mais c'est surtout que je voudrais dire bonjour à Geneviève, qui est la mère de Pascal et qui nous écoute. Et merci beaucoup, Geneviève, de nous écouter. Et je vous présente Pascal.
Thanks for the introduction in French and in English. Thanks, Rhys. Thanks, John, for having me on this show. It's really a pleasure to share that with you. So yes, I'm going to play a song that is called Shadow, a song that I wrote probably 20 years ago with my good friend Eric when I was in that band Amicis. And this is the story of a boy who dreams he's flying, and so he prays for his mum not to wake him up, him up, yes. So otherwise he would fall down, and that would be the end of the dream. So this is called Shadow because it seems he sees his own shadow in the ground. Okay, Shadow. There's a seagull that flies. There's a line on the wall that says, I can see how they fly above the rain. See how they fly above the pain. Oh, but see if you revive me, it's gonna kill me. So wake me, mama, don't shake me, mama. See if you revive me, it's gonna kill me. So wake me, mama, don't shake me, mama. There's a shadow that flies. There's a boy under blankets far below. I can see how he's flying above the rain. I can see how he's flying above the pain. Oh, but see if you As the ground approaches with no parachute at all. As the ground approaches with no parachute at all. I'll say as the ground approaches with no parachute at all. As the ground approaches with no parachute at all. I'll say as the ground approaches with no parachute at all. As the ground approaches with no parachute at all. I'll say as the ground approaches with no parachute at all. As the ground approaches with no parachute at all. I'll say as the ground approaches with no parachute at all. As the ground approaches with no parachute at all. As the ground approaches with no parachute at all. As the ground approaches with no parachute at all.
Woo! Awesome.
Thank you. So here's another one from Amicis, and it's an old-time favorite that we used to play live with great pleasure. It's called King of the Peels, and it's the story of an old wizard with a white beard carrying a suitcase with lots of peels in it, and with different colors, and each peels can cure every disease or pain you can think of. So there it is, King of the Peels. Lounged on the hero space, blue for anxiousness, screwjack in my suitcase. I can cure everything, everything when it's aching. I'm the king of the peels. I'm gonna give you a chill and get away the pain. Let's go through the heartbreak. Belly like an ashtray, thinking mating Mondays, red for ammoniac, water in my camel bag. I can cure everything, everything when it's aching. I'm the king of the peels. I'm gonna give you a chill, get away the pain. Let's go through the heartbreak. Oh, the heartbreak. There's a rat in the fridge. There's some blood on the cartridge. There's a violin that's melting. you,
Merci
folks.
beaucoup. C'était super, Pascal. Merci. Thank you very much indeed to Pascal. It was a wonderful set. And Angie has said I can go on introducing everyone for the rest of the evening in French, but I'm conscious that one or two of our listeners might not have French, so it might be a bit brutal to them, really. But anyway, we're going to zoom on now to the man who's been introducing everything else so far in the evening, Rhys. I can sort of vaguely see him in the background. There was a slightly perplexing thing while I was doing the introduction in French then, that I had Rhys's face large on the computer screen, looking more and more puzzled with every word I said. So and now it's Pascal I can see loud and clear, and Rhys is in the dark somewhere in the top left-hand corner. But anyway, Rhys needs very little introduction. Superb songwriter, superb musician, great guy altogether. Man I know who is absolutely desperate to get out of his bedroom and to start playing music in live venues with other people, which I'm sure we all agree to as well. But anyway, Rhys, over to you. I'm sure we'll have a couple of wonderful songs.
Thank you, John. It's quite interesting, actually. He's just made me sound like Brian Wilson rather than Rhys Wilson, saying I was going to get out of my bedroom, but I wish. This is a song I wrote some time ago, I'm guessing 2010-ish, 2011-ish, and it's a song with some tune and some words, so you should recognise it. Kicking back the hours until 5:30, staring at the clock upon the wall. Seems an age until she left this morning. She wonders if the hands have moved at all. Deep inside, she hears him calling. She'll close her eyes and see him there. Aphrodite's power is running through her. She feels a love beyond compare. And she knows, like an eagle knows how to fly, she'll never have to wonder why, because she knows. And she goes like a tune inside a lullaby. She'll never have to wonder why, because she knows. Packing his bags, he knows he'll miss her. The goodbye note pinned to the wall. Our love this strong is simply much too much to bear. He can hear the taxi driver call. And he knows, like a baby knows how to cry, he'll never have to wonder why, because he knows. And he goes like a comet in the midnight sky. He'll never have to wonder why, because he knows. And she knows, like an eagle knows how to fly, she'll never have to wonder why, because she knows. And he goes like a comet in the midnight sky. He'll never have to wonder why, because he knows. Thank you very much. A nice cheery little song of one person thinking of a sure thing and the other person thinking that she's not. I'm going to sing a new song to you. I don't know why, you've done nothing to me, but I will sing you a new song. I wrote this on Tuesday. Should have bought two guitars. I wrote this on Tuesday, which is how it's got its title. It's called Saturday Morning. It started on Saturday morning, but it was over by Saturday night. I thought nothing could ever go wrong. Turns out nothing could ever go right. Everything seemed so rosy, and there was not a cloud in sight. It may have started on Saturday morning, but it was over by Saturday night. Everything started out so well, it's gonna be a fabulous day. But the yeses turned into maybes, and the noses started leading the way. I bet on the reds, but the blues came in, and it started to look like rain. I was just waiting for the day to end so I could start it all over again. It started on Saturday morning, but it was over by Saturday night. I thought nothing could ever go wrong. Turns out nothing could ever go right. Everything seemed so rosy, there was not a cloud in sight. It may have started on Saturday morning, but it was over by Saturday night. And when the glass is half full and you're happy and proud, you know that every silver lining is attached to a cloud. Sometimes you use a hammer when you need a wrench, and from the sweet smell of success, all you get is the stench. Everything seemed so rosy, there was not a cloud in sight. It may have started on Saturday morning, but it was over by Saturday night. It may have started on Saturday morning, but it was over by Saturday night. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed, Rhys. I blame the Moody Blues. They'd already nicked Tuesday, hadn't they? So, so it had to be so, another day of the week, obviously. Lovely set, great. I love that first song, but a great new song as well. So superb. We'll move on now to the climax of the evening. I first met the next act in a bookshop in Downham Market. We were sharing a stage. I was the warm-up act really, and they were the main attraction, and I was dead impressed. I must say, some great original material and some great covers as well, and so it's a real treat to have them on the show again. Now they used to be four of them, and under the title of Two Coats Colder. But now they've moved down to being Bass and Taylor. So this is lovely to have you along, and take it away.
Thank you. Hi.
Thank you very much indeed. Thanks, John. Yes, I still remember that gig in the bookshop in Downham Market. Wasn't it lovely? Fantastic place. Back in the days when we used to actually go places and play to live audiences. But we have a live audience tonight. We've got people all over the place. Several of our friends thought they might be tuning in. So Bob, Sally, Martine and Laurie, if you're listening, hi. And it's lovely to be playing for any and all of you. We are going to do a couple of borrowed songs for you tonight. The first one we borrowed and did a bit of surgery on it.
Yes, to say the least.
It's a song originally from Pentangle, long and rambling, with a long and rambling instrumental in the middle. So we lopped off large quantities of it.
Yep.
Yeah. And what we are mainly left with is a really cool bit of chorus which doesn't have any lyrics except la la. So if you've never heard the song before, you can still sing along. And we like people to sing along. So we hope that you'll be singing along with us, and we'll demonstrate the la la bit before we do a bit of verses and then some more la las. Hunting song.
Under a dark moon hanging above a mountain, I spied a young man riding a fine horse, chasing a white hart, and all through the woodland there go the hunting cries. A plume to his helmet, a quiver and a bow, there's nowhere to run now, no place to go, the hunter is fast and ready. Still farther I journeyed through the hills and the valleys, until upon the verge of despair I sat and rested. And there did pass a princely knight, pursued by a lady, and this she did say: "Oh, may I ask you, kind sir, where are you going? And pray tell unto me, sir, why do you hurry? Strange that I should meet you here, come sit by me." La 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 spreading oak, a knight with white device, upon a shield of black, and deep in grief and sorrow sings his unrequited love. 1,000 days have come and passed, the Lord returns this night, the victor from the bloody wars has proved his force and might, as ever he would claim. But fate has played its wanton game, the circle come full turn, the magic horn has done its work, falseness is found out, the sorrowed quest is over.
Come on, join in. apologies to Pentangle. Okay, we're going to finish off with another one that is pretty easy to sing along with. This one we borrowed from it from Mike Silver, who borrowed it from Ewan Carruthers. And Ewan Carruthers is a sort of songwriter. I think he's probably not nearly as well known as he deserves to be. Mike Silver, possibly not either. Although you're a bit more likely probably to have heard of Mike Silver. And he sings a lot of Ewan Carruthers songs, and we heard him do this one and decided that we rather liked it. And it's a song about Scott's expedition to the Antarctic. So no spoiler alerts needed, you know how it ends. The chorus goes, "Was it you, was it you, was it you?" which is also the title of the song, which makes it nice and easy to remember. Let's just sing the song, shall we? Thanks ever so much. Thanks to Rhys for inviting us. Thanks to Rhys and John for organising this whole thing. Thanks to everyone else. What a lovely night. Fantastic music. Really enjoyed everybody's sets. So big round of applause to everyone else. And we are going to finish everybody off, I guess, with Was It You by Ewan Carruthers.
The signs were bad, the sailors said, before we reached the land. But I dismissed the omens with a wave of my hand. And as I turn these pages and consider where we stand, the times that fortune smiled on us were few. And in adversity no man could ask for more than to face it with a loyal crew. And in the night I swear somebody softly called my name. Was it you? 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 Was it you?
That's your bit.
And when we finally reached the pole and found that simple note, I cried 3 cheers for Amundsen, but the words stuck in my throat. And turning back as in a dream, I spoke and we all knew, with the burden of our broken hearts, we'd never make it through. And if we'd lived, I'd surely have a tale to tell of comrades, loyal, brave and true. And in the night I swear somebody softly called my name. Was it you? 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 My comrades have departed on a journey with no end. I wait alone, a captain with no crew. Our ship of hope has run aground, it never will set sail. There is no more I can do. Snuff out the candle flame, for I can write no more, and sleep is beckoning anew. And in the night I swear somebody softly called my name. Was it you? 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 Was it you?
Ewan Carruthers. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. to Anna and Ray for bringing the evening to such a wonderful conclusion. Great choice of songs, actually. And it's those of you listening out in YouTube, we actually do all this via Zoom, but one of the great limitations of Zoom, or probably the internet generally, is that we couldn't switch our microphones on, and you could hear all the wonderful harmonies we would have been doing to that last song. But it's been a great evening. Anyway, thanks to everyone who's performed. Pascal, it was very kind of you to come all the way across the La Manche. And,
It's a very long trip, yes.
yeah, it's been good. That's the advantage of Zoom, of course, that we can have artists from other countries, which is brilliant. And but it's really great to see you again, and hope to have you on again before too long. Vic, that was a tremendous set. I mean, hilarious songs. Actually, you found a new string to your bow with the humour recently, and really enjoyed it. And Rhys, well, fantastic. I mean, great old song, great new song. It's just been such a lovely evening all round. I mean, people have been on top form. It's been great. Big thanks to everyone who's been listening, watching out in the ether. We're very grateful to you for being there. It's a shame we can't see you in person, but we know you're there, and we're very grateful for your company anyway. And we're doing the next one of these, all being well, at least on May the 15th. We will then start to think about whether it is possible for us to find some way of doing them face to face when such things become legal again. But we'll keep you posted with how all that goes anyway. But once again, thanks to everyone for playing and for listening, and we'll bring the evening to